You muted, Mike? I don't hear shit.
Mike, you're muted, bud.
That's never happened.
How did that? Put the kids to bed. Dad is home. We are representing the Dad World Order. I am the handsome head of household, Mr. Magnificent, Mike Martin. And with me, as always, the rest of this patriarch pack, the original patriarchs. We got the big bad bearded daddy. He is Big Rig Eric Maffey.
What up? What up?
And he is the perpetual mid-carder and the two-time world record holder. He is the wrestling t-shirt guy, Cephas.
What up, you guys? Day 797, rocking a Paul Heyman shirt.
Nice.
Tell you what.
Paul Heyman guy too.
Paul Heyman's a great guy. Well, as Mr. Magnificent said, we are the DWO podcast, and tonight we have with us a very special guest. He is the Bojangles Champion, Jay-Z Flair. Sir, how the heck are you?
Gentlemen, thank you. Hopefully I've got this camera set up so he can hit and catch all my fried chicken glory right here, folks. Live and in person. Gentlemen, thank you so much for having me on your show.
Man, dripping in that chicken grease, brother. Golly.
Oh, deep fried and bona fide, brother. There's no other way to be.
Heck yeah. So right off the rip, man, for those of us, for those who are listening and don't have any idea who you are, can you give us just a little bit of what exactly you do for Bojangles and how you became the Bojangles champion?
How long do I got, brother? Because it might spill over for a little while, my man.
Hey,
you just tell me.
We're here to talk to you, brother. Like we were saying before the show, we ain't worried about current events. We're worried about Jay-Z Flair tonight.
Oh, brother, let me tell you how it started, because we can go all the way back to when I was a child. And as you see, and I'm sure all your folks can see there, look, it's from head to toe. I had the sunglasses. I had to get rid of the sunglasses. I've got the shoes, the socks. I don't know if I can get my leg that high, but the suit pants, the tie, the coat, you name it, brother. I have got it. And I'm sliding these shoes back on, button this jacket up. But you can't be a champ unless you have the championship belt. And this
is that a spinner?
Oh,
100%.
Yeah.
And not only does it spin, but it actually has interchangeable plates. Right now, I'm rocking the Cajun filet, but sometimes I throw the beautiful, beautiful champ himself on there. Sometimes I have a bow box on there. Sometimes it just says Bojangles, but I'm always using this to make sure people know that what Bojangles has going on. But if we start from the very beginning, it started when I was a child. My dad's mother, my grandmother, absolutely loved Bojangles, so much so that every Christmas we would get her gift cards for Bojangles. And then as I got older, a bunch of people that I went to high school with, we would all go to Bojangles after school, just the hangout place, because hey, they got the best chicken, they got the best biscuits, they got the best fixings, they got the best sweet tea, name it, they got the best. And as it progressed, and I love their chicken, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, as the champ got older, he decided, hey, if you're going to be the champ, you got to have some good looks, a good body. Got serious about physical fitness and whatnot. And the only thing I won't go give up was my Bojangles. Just not going to happen.
There you go.
So I would take my meals, and this is a very edited, cut up, spliced up part of the story. I would take my meals and I would put them, because I'm also a belt collector as well, and I would take my meals and I'd put them with my belts. Oh yeah, I've got probably 30 some belts sitting behind me now.
Dang.
Yeah, I've got a few. So I would take my meals and I put them with the belts, and I would tag Bojangles, and I would say something like, Bojangles is the champion of chicken. Bojangles is the world's greatest chicken. And it got to be that 80 to 100 people a month would see my tweets and would be doing the same thing. Like, Jay-Z, we got to try Bojangles. Where is this Bojangles at? Because, at the time, in like 2017 or 18, when this was going on, they were primarily in the South. And people hadn't heard about it. So when they would travel to the South, especially Charlotte Airport, they would have to try Bojangles for themselves, and they'd be tagging me. And Bojangles saw this. They saw my love for their brand, their dedication to the brand. And I don't know if y'all can see behind me the original Bojangles Championship. Can y'all see that behind me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They had that made for me. This was the original one that I got back in 2018. In June 29, 2018, the original Bojangles Championship belt.
That's sharp.
And it's
also a spinner. This would have an Cajun filet biscuit on it, right there, as you can see. Got the old school Bojangles logo on there, whatnot, and of course some croc skin backing.
Oh,
you probably can't see that, but it's got my face on it as well. That was the original Bojangles. That was the original Bojangles Championship. Well, when they decided they were going to upgrade their logo, the champ had to upgrade his belt. And Top Rope Belts made me this championship. And as you can see, it's stuck with the same motif with the spinner, the black leather with that beautiful Bojangles logo on there, and a red back, and kind of like the old NWA TV title.
Yeah.
But that's just a very brief edited version of how I became the Bojangles champ. And anybody who follows me on social media has seen how Bojangles, they gave me that belt, and all honestly, they thought that belt was going to stick on a shelf like the rest of my championship belt. That ain't how I roll.
No.
Next thing they know, I'm rocking suits that show their biscuit wrappers on them. They absolutely loved it. They paid for it. And then when they upgraded the logo, they sent me more suits so I could rock and roll with what they've got going on, to the point where that robe behind me, styled kind of like a Ric Flair robe here.
That's amazing.
Logo. Oh, thank you. It's actually made by Clint Stevens, who makes MGF's gear.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh yeah, just an absolute. I mean, everything you see me rock with the Bojangles logo on it is stuff that they've paid for, stuff that they've given me. You talking about billboards, belts, clothes, shoes, hoodies, socks, pretty much everything but underwear and OnlyFans and stuff they've made me.
I mean, you'd probably make a good quick buck off that OnlyFans, man. That'd be,
just you eating chicken.
You would strategically place chicken like the Austin Powers scene.
If I could only get away with that, that'd be great. I'm sure there are tens, if not 3 or 4 women who would absolutely love to see that.
Man, I'm a belt fanatic too, man. So I don't show this every episode, but I got to show you, man, since you're a belt guy. I've been working on a tattoo. I've got the Intercontinental Championship. I actually go on March 13th to get it finished. But I am a diehard Intercontinental Champion fan, so I get it.
You can't go wrong with the Reggie.
Yeah.
You can't. And I prefer, if y'all can't tell, I prefer the colored leather 100%.
I say it goes with your motif.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I've got a couple of belts out on loan to people, but right now I've got 15 belts on display and probably another 15 that aren't on display. Actually, I take 17 on display and about another 15 that aren't.
So
goodness.
I absolutely love wrestling. That's how I got into this whole deal, is because of my love of collecting championship belts.
So I did some research on you, man, and you're a diehard NWA fan, and I gotta say, man, that's I just in my recent time, I got in when they first started doing Power on YouTube, back when Question Mark was still wrestling, and right at the tail end of Nick Aldis, man. So I get it. I have dove so much into the history of NWA, but how long have you been watching NWA?
So I started watching the NWA around probably about 2018. So that's the time Billy Corgan took over. That's
Okay.
when I really started getting into it, and it became appointment television for me. And what a lot of people don't realize, Nick Aldis has become a follower of mine. Anytime he's at an autograph signing and sees me, he's going to stop what he's got going on to make time for me. But the amazing thing with that whole deal is you know, they were doing the 10 pounds of gold series. And, if you're going to be a true NWA fan,
You gotta have the belt.
you got to have the 10 pounds of
Yeah.
gold.
That's
You got
sexy.
to. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And this also made by Top Rope Belts and is actually made like the original 10 pounds of gold. It's 70 to 80 some individual pieces pieced together like the original one that Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair and Harley Race and Terry Funk, all those had. Just an amazing championship belt. But, I fell in love with that 10 pounds of gold series when Tim Storm was the NWA champion. And I made a tweet and I said I would rather pay I'd rather pay $100 to watch Tim Storm wrestle than be paid $1,000 to watch Nick Aldis. And it got me insta blocked by Nick Aldis. And I didn't get the whole deal behind him at all. Could not understand why they were going to take the belt off Tim Storm and put it on Nick Aldis. And I made the tweet. I don't hold back from it. And Nick Aldis always said, he was like, if somebody comes by your house and wants to throw crap through your window, are you going to leave your window up? No, you're going to close it and not let them throw crap at you. So I got blocked, needless to say. And so I kept harassing Nick, and I actually made some promos in like 2018, 2000. It was actually, it was 2019 because I made a promo talking about how if you're going to be the champion of a company, you're the face of that company, 100%. And I took my Bojangles Championship belt, and I said, there's a reason why Bojangles gave me this belt, because they trust me. They know I'm going to bring people to their brand. They know I'm not going to be an embarrassment to the brand, unlike Nick Aldis. Yes,
Oh, God.
Damn.
And Nick's a big dude. I don't know if y'all have ever met him before. Nick
I
is
have.
Not in person.
Yeah.
Not yet.
He is a giant.
Yeah, I'm 6'1", 215 pounds.
Oh, shit.
I ain't the biggest of them all. I'm a decent sized guy, and I work out. But I stood next to him, and I was like, "This dude is huge. I should have been watching my mouth a long time ago." So Nick had me blocked or whatever. Well, my buddy Adam Rotella, who was really big in the NWA, he said, "Man, you got to ease up, man." He said, "You got to watch him and just and see what he does before you start critical of him." And I had such a bad taste in my mouth because I was such a big fan of Tim Storm. And Nick did that. Nick finally sucked me into the NWA, and that was it. That was it. I completely backtracked what I said, and it got to the point where finally Nick unblocked me. And I was like, and so one random day on Twitter, I was like, holy crap, I can actually see what Nick Aldis is tweeting. And then
We used to become best friends.
So I became a fan of his, and somewhere along the line, I was doing a podcast, and my podcast co-host Paul Bromwell surprised me, and Nick Aldis come on the show. At this point, I was already a super fan of Nick Aldis. I had his action figures. I don't know what else y'all can see, and I hate I keep pulling belts out.
Oh, we
by all
love it.
means. We love it.
The Global Force wrestling.
Oh, wow.
Global Force.
Wow.
So the Global Force belt, that's one of two. The other one, this was the backup copy that Global Force had. That I started, collecting the belts that Nick Aldis had. I started collecting the action figures, autographs, and I'm not a big autograph guy. I started marking out for Nick Aldis, and he come on the show. He was super nice. He started following me. If he was ever close by, he would let me know. And it's just now that he's on SmackDown, me and him still communicate. And it's absolutely amazing. I went from being blocked and hated to becoming a big fan to the point of, he actually supported me in my workout. supported me with supplements and workouts and a meal plan, and it's the good side of
Wow.
wrestling that people don't ever talk about. That's
Bro,
what we awesome.
you're living our catchphrase, man. Our catchphrase, we people ask us why we love this so much, and it's because we love wrestling, and wrestling loves us back. It seems like wrestling's loving you back, man. It's cool like that. You know what I mean? To kind of rub elbows.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And you see so much trash, and I don't know how much y'all are on Twitter, but I feel like Twitter is a dumpster fire. Like you don't get engagement unless you're talking trash or belittling somebody, and I just can't do that.
Same.
I'm not going to be there for that. Never have been, never will be. I'm there to build people up. If people want to talk about Bojangles, if people want to talk about belts, if they want to talk about wrestling, that's what I'm there for. I'm there to be a beacon of light in a freaking trash dumpster dark hole that is Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it.
We buy into that too, unless it's Alex Shelley because he eats cat shit.
Yeah, just to be aware of that. If you ever run into him and you have any cats near, he will try to get your litter box.
Yeah, don't take a deep breath.
Yeah. So, man, Bojangles. Obviously, you'll eat just about anything there, but you gotta have a favorite meal, right? What's your go-to Bojangles order?
So that depends on which day you ask me. So every Sunday I go to church. And after church, it's going to be a tailgate session. It's going to be something that I can share with my family and my friends. Okay. It's going to be at least 8 pieces. It's going to be Cajun pintos, mac and cheese, or mashed taters, and there's going to be some bowberries. If it's just me by myself, it's going to be a Cajun filet, fries, and an iced tea, and it's going to be both sides, brother. And don't you dare bring unsweet tea to me. That is nothing
what is
but
that?
light brown water. Exactly.
Like dirt water.
Exactly. That's all it is dirty water. You might as well drain a wash rag.
Hey, ain't no doubt.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
I think the same thing about black coffee though. It tastes like burnt water to me.
Oh, black coffee is all I drink now, brother.
That's all I drink. You keep your bean water.
Hey, I'm with you on that. I love me my bean water.
I don't need nothing slowing down that caffeine getting into my bloodstream in the morning. I don't need no milk. I don't need no sugar. I just need it just as black as I can get it, brother. Strong.
Say a little bit of cream. A little bit of cream.
Yeah. Can't do it.
My mother, however, it was like, "Do you want some coffee to go with your sugar?" Spoon.
So, man, I got to bring up something else I did when I did some research on you earlier. I typed your name into YouTube, and the first video that popped up, besides a couple interviews, was Tony Schiavone giving you a little shit. Man, what's that? That's got to feel insane to have him. Obviously, he's poking fun, and you guys are buddies, but. That's got to be. Do you ever stop marking out for that? You know what I mean? I know you're a wrestling fan, so it's got to be a level of holy crap. That's Tony Schiavone.
So I've met Ric Flair. I've met Bruce Pritchard. Let's see, Mick Foley. I have met a lot of people. The 3 people that I've only ever really marked out for was the Patriot Dale Wilkes. Like I literally walked by his table 3 times before I could stop because the Patriot was the first wrestler that I absolutely adored. Like I just could not get enough of. The second was Tony Schiavone. And I don't know why. I don't have a clue why Tony Schiavone absolutely just, when I found out he was coming to, and I don't know how many of y'all know Conrad Thompson.
Oh yeah.
I was at Conrad's house, the Conradison. And Conrad's like, "Hey man, Tony Schiavone's coming," and I wanted to go hide in the closet. I'm like, "Tony Schiavone's coming here," and then Tony comes in, and he's just the most down to earth human you've ever met before in your life, and it's just an absolute pleasure. But I wanted to throw up so bad because Tony was coming, and I could not stand it. And then you meet Tony, and Tony he's so engaging. He talks to you like y'all have been best friends for years. And it was just one of the best nights of my life hanging out with Tony Schiavone. And since then, Tony has done some promos with me. he would text me for Christmas and the holidays and just stay in touch. And he's just an absolutely amazing human being, just as down to earth as he could ever be.
That's so cool, man. I feel like there's when you see so many talents show real love for him in and outside of the ring and on the TV and off the TV. There's got to be a real quality person in there. So it's cool to see him interact with people like that.
He's been a part of our universe for freaking how long now? 20, 30 years.
It's got to be close to 40 because what he's starting like 84, 85.
Yeah.
Something close to that.
He's like 20 years ago.
My hairline wishes. So.
Oh man! So did you play any sports growing up at all, man? Was you
no?
No,
I was a fat kid with a B cup, bro, if not a C cup.
Really?
For real? Oh,
you had a serious glow up then.
A huge one. And so I started working out when I was like 22, 23 years old, and I fell in love with that. But before that, dude, I was like 265 pounds, completely out of shape. And life was coming at me. I was like, I've got to get in shape if I want to be successful in life. And now, I'm not in super great shape, but I'm in pretty good shape.
You look healthy at least.
I appreciate it. I'm in good enough shape to where if anybody comes after my championship, they're either going to leave in a wheelbarrow or a casket, their choice.
I say you better watch out because Cephas down here is eyeballing them Bo shoes.
Like I said, my name is Bo, man, so that's why people tag me in your stuff. And the second I saw it's Bo Time Championship, I was like, "What is this?" Like I need to learn more.
Oh yeah, dude. And
need it.
The thing is so many people don't know that it's out there, and to me, I wish Bojangles would promote it more than they do. But it's also fun for stuff like podcasts or when I go to festivals and I walk around and then people get to hear the story all over. And I don't mind sharing the story at all. I love it. And I love to see that people have the same, they're like when kids come up to me and they get to hold the belt, the glow on their faces is absolutely awesome. Yeah. It is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. And, I've had friends tell me that I shouldn't, like, when I was on dating websites, I would wear this on my dating website because it's like,
this is me.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, how do you meet a normal looking guy and then the next thing you know he runs around in suits that are covered in biscuit wrappers, carrying a Bojangles Championship belt? Like,
by the way, I'm the chicken guy.
Yeah, you put that up front. There's no other way around it. This is the deal. This is what I like to do for fun. This
how was that received with the females?
Zero problems at all. Zero.
Ladies love the champ.
I cannot tell you how many times I've been strutting and cutting in this suit, and somebody like going down the road. I have had women catcall me so many times. It is absolutely ridiculous. If they don't like it, they can get over it. I'm the best thing going today, brother. I ain't no clown. I ain't no king. I ain't no little girl. I ain't no Jack in the Box. I am the champ. I am the Bojangles champion. I am the best thing going today. I have bona fide and deep fried, brother.
Bona fide and deep fried. That's a t-shirt right there.
It sure is. And when I get my t-shirt store back up, you can buy one over there.
I absolutely will. I don't know how much you know about my gimmick, man, but I'm on day 797 of consecutively wearing pro wrestling t-shirts. And I do a video every day.
That is an amazing lifestyle. I absolutely love it.
If I was to ever go on a dating website, that would be. I'm married, and I've been
your
with
wife
my
would
wife
be
for
pissed.
14 years. But if I was to go on a dating website, I would have to include that I am a complete professional wrestling addict. You know what I mean? It's an absolute first ballot thing you got to bring up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't cut no drive, bro. I don't cut none. This is who I am. If you don't like it, take it or leave it. But that's your loss, not mine.
Yeah, man.
It's funny though, man. It's you talked about positivity and stuff like that, and I always talk about that, like how like ironic it is that how much positivity in my own personal life that I've found in professional wrestling, something that is based, in violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. We like to ask every time that we have someone on, man. You said you watched it when you was young and whatnot, but do you remember who your first guy was? Who was the first one that you were like, oh, I'm watching because this guy's on?
So Scott Hall.
Ah,
Scott Hall
Nice.
was it. So when I started watching wrestling, I was probably 12 to 13 years old. Me and my mother's mother I would spend the night with them on Saturday night, every Saturday night, and they would take me to church on Sunday morning. And so on Saturday nights, it was 94, 95, 96. And the thing going was the Atlanta Braves.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what come on before, during, or after the Atlanta Braves baseball game was WCW Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe my grandmother was just wanting to watch the wrestling for the men in them tight tights. I don't know. That could be 100% a possibility, but it got me hooked. And I remember
A whole lot of grandmas love wrestling. I know that.
Oh, absolutely. My grandmother surely did. And I don't know if she liked the wrestling. I think it was mostly the men, but that's neither here nor there. But that's what got me hooked. I remember the first time I saw Scott Hall do the Outsider's Edge, and I was like, holy crap, that dude's got to be strong to pick that guy up over his back and slam him down, not knowing what the real deal is. And that was it. I was hooked. And then I had friends in school that absolutely loved wrestling. And then I would, I was able to work in those conversations because of what I saw on Saturday night. And then I started watching Nitro and Raw. And I'm a huge fan of America and American flag. And then the Patriot sucked me up.
Yeah.
And I was hooked. That's when, Bret Hart was pro Canada and Patriot was pro United States. And,
Yeah.
Stone Cold was slowly emerging, and Undertaker and Psycho Sid. And that was it. I was done. I was done for.
Hell yeah. I just want to say real quick, I apologize. I'm having some internet issues over here. That's why I keep cutting in and out. I'm hoping it's fixed now, but we'll see. But I'm 100% with you, man. Like when you find that character that just sucks you in, you're almost in it for life because you realize what a fun world wrestling is.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing like the high of your guy winning something, man, and it's like a free shot of adrenaline when you're watching wrestling, man. You get the endorphins, you get, you know what I mean? You live it without being in the ring. That's what I like it.
Absolutely. And I think of what a lot of people downplay is indie wrestling. And
absolutely.
I'm absolutely huge fan of a local group called Gouge here in North Carolina. They actually have their heavyweight championship belt. And my buddy Seymour Snot, he won it back in 2022.
A great name.
The mathlete brother, he's the nerd brother, and he's got
the mathlete.
The mathlete brother, he's got a whole nerd gimmick in it. If y'all look him up on Twitter,
bro, I was about to say, we're gonna have to find him and see if he wants to do it. Those are the type of guests we love, man. Dan the Dad was one of our best guests. So
yeah. Well, Seymour Snot is my opinion, he's probably the best wrestler in North Carolina. His gimmick is the mathlete. He is a super nerd. The man has a great physique. He wears like ties and pocket protectors, the glasses with the tape around them. Just
oh my God.
Absolute. I'm
you're
sure
looking
you
him up.
Yeah.
You can't beat the man. You just can't. And I have been following Gouge since like 2014, and Seymour is the icon of Gouge wrestling. He is the face that runs that place, and he finally won the championship after time and time again after being cheated out of it in 2022. And I didn't know it was coming. Did not have a clue. Me and Seymour have been friends for years, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know what's going on in the match. I come here to enjoy wrestling. I don't want to know what's going to happen. Don't tell me. Don't hint towards it. Just let me watch it and let me enjoy the show. And when he won, I could have cried. A grown man in a chicken suit could have cried. And it was just,
Here you go.
We did that, dude. Oh,
that's him.
that's
Look at him.
awesome.
Look
And
how
he's got a
jacked he is.
Batman tattoo.
He's got a Batman
Yeah,
tattoo.
And there's pictures where I dressed up as him and come to shows. I'm sure you might be able to find them on his page, but I would wear the glasses and the same kind of suits and had to cut off sleeves, and his arms are a whole lot bigger than mine. But just an amazing man, an amazing show. And then, you get to get close to the ring, and at the end of the show, all the wrestlers come out and meet everybody. And that's the stuff that people don't understand about professional wrestling. They think it's some redneck crap that nobody wants to watch. But if you go and watch a show, you're going to get sucked in.
Yeah.
There is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. There's no way you can.
We tell everybody that, man. We if anybody's watched our show for any length of time, they know we're big advocates of Pro Wrestling Revolver, which is kind of our promotion. We actually have a sponsorship with them, but that's one of our favorite things is how intimate it is. You know what I mean? It's in a gymnasium that holds, 300 people, something like that. But you get to cut it up with the wrestlers, before the show, sometimes after the show. There's not a bad seat in the house. I mean, your general admission, you're still 20 feet from the ring. You know what I mean? Like it's an amazing experience.
It absolutely is. And I think people downplay it because it's looked as white trash. And I hate that. I absolutely hate that. If you will actually go and just try to be entertained, like I have friends who, gouge shows are most of the time free. How can you beat free?
Wow.
You just can't. And they'll put on a show. Oh, it's great. So they're not out anything, and then they'll go and they'll have a good time. And like, Jay-Z, when's the next one? When's the next one? And I'll be like, well, this is when it is. And we would all go together. And it would, it got to the point where it was like 15, 16 of us going to these shows. Of course, COVID messed some of that up, but I still, and now I have friends, and we would all text each other and be like, friends that I would meet at the gal shows. Hey, are you going to this show? Well, this is where I'm going to try to be sitting at. Let's all get together. And then the wrestlers come hang out with us. And it's just a great time.
And we're definitely proponents of it, man. And it's a thing too. Like we just this past summer, we went to SummerSlam, but the night before, 2 nights before, we went to a Revolver show. And these guys will tell you, don't get me wrong, SummerSlam was fun, but it was so much more engaging at the indie show. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? The indie show, we got to see the sweat fly. We got to see those clotheslines connect. At SummerSlam, even though we had pretty great seats, it was still just kind of like, we're not that we weren't having fun, but there's a certain level of adrenaline that comes with an indie show, man, because you don't know if they're going to end up in your lap. You know what I mean? It's so visceral. And some of the people are working harder than the people in WWE because they're trying to get to there,
That's right. That's absolutely right. And let's not cut no jive and say that the wrestling at some of these indie shows is going to be as polished as the WWE shows. But
sure,
when you're fighting, if you're legitimately fighting somebody, how polished is it really going to be?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be serious. I don't know how many fights y'all have been in. I've been in a couple myself, and I sure don't remember it being but so polished.
It don't look like the movies or TV. I'll tell you that right now. It looks ugly every time. Yeah.
And it don't feel like the movies or TV. Let's be for real.
Yeah, punches don't make that noise. It sounds gross.
I will say that's why I like the fight scene in Rowdy Piper's movie They Live, because there's
damn it, I was just about to bring that up. Get out of my head, wizard.
Small 2 seconds there where when they're fighting, they're like half tired through the fight, and they look at each other and they just kind of chuckle and then keep fighting, and that is like the best part because like that's a real fight. Like that's where you're like, why are we doing this? Whatever. Like, oh man, I love it.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. Those matches that And, it's cool to see guys that can go out there and do all the moves and stuff, but sometimes just a knockdown drag out that, maybe the moves aren't as polished. It still tells a story, and it's fun to watch,
That's right. And that's what it's supposed to be. It's
Plus,
supposed to
you
be
get to
fun.
be kind of like a hipster. You get to see somebody before they're cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we see Speedball Mike Bailey all the time, and just now the world seems to be really like knowing who he is a little more,
Catching up.
and all these people are just like, "Oh, Speedball's the greatest." We're like, "Yeah, we've been telling you that." Like,
And I've got one myself. I don't know how many of y'all heard of the Infinite Man, Timmy Lee Retton, but I've got some of his original.
TIM.
Yeah, exactly. I've
Yeah.
got some of his original ring used gear. He started out in Gouge. Steve Moore actually trained him.
Really?
And yes, absolutely. And
we just saw him in our town in Fairfield, Ohio. 3 months ago, Mike?
Was that at
the benefit? Yeah, at the
benefit show.
Yeah. TIM. He was in he wrestled Jake.
Yeah,
the Infinite Man, I think is what he's going by now. But he is super talented, a super great guy, and you get in with these people at the base level, and you help raise their ship, and eventually, you don't know what heights they're going to reach, but you help build them up. You don't think they're going to return the favor? There's no way they're not going to. There's no way.
That's all we really want out of this, man. A buddy of mine at work asked me, he's like, how much money you guys make from this stuff? Buddy, we don't make money. We have spent so many hundreds of dollars. We have a table at Squared Circle Expo next year in Indianapolis, or this month in Indianapolis. And we have spent at probably over $1,000 at this point, just for the merch we're going to sell and give away. And the fact that we bought the table and we're going to Airbnb. We do this because we want to talk to people like you. You know what I mean? We want to rub elbows.
We want to be a part of it.
Exactly.
Well, my thing is, I don't know how many I've and God forgive me for even mentioning this movie, The Founder, about how McDonald's got started.
Oh yeah.
And one of my favorite lines in that
Keaton.
movie is, my favorite lines in that movie is, hey, we're overnight sensation, 10 years in the making.
Yeah.
And it's like very few people start out on top. And if they do start out on top, it's because they had somebody put them on top that had to work their tail off to get on top. And, I have people ask me all the time, it's like, well, Jay-Z, when are you going to be in a Bojangles commercial? Jay-Z, when are you going to do this? And it's just, and I'm not afraid to stress it. I'm not going to
Jay-Z, how's Beyonce?
Yeah. I'm not going to get there by myself. I'm just not. And there's nobody has ever gotten any success by themselves.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. And if you think you are, you're not going to. You have got to have other people's help. The reason why I am where I am is because of other people's help. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. My failures come from myself, and my success has come from others.
Hey, that's why we're so thankful to have you on, man. You know what I mean? We like to have people on that seem to be hardworking people that want to just have fun in this industry. You know what I mean? And that's whether you're a photographer, a chicken champion, or an actual in-ring competitor at one of the biggest shows. We just want to talk to you. You know what I mean? That's how we see it.
Yeah.
And someone who preaches positivity too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had a friend tell me today, and she asked me, she's like, well, who are you doing a podcast with? And I was like, well, these guys have never met me. And she made a good point. She's like, well, the people that listen to his show have never heard of you. So you're going to reach them. And then the people that know you have never heard of them. They're going to reach your followers. And that's what it's about. That's 100% what it's about. It's about networking, and it's about being good to people.
Yeah.
And see now,
about it.
Now, if it's StarCast or whatever, and we run into you, it's going to be, oh, bro,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what we're looking for.
And you better stop me for pictures.
Absolutely.
100%.
I have people DM me and message me and say, well, we saw you, but we didn't want to bother you. And I'm like, you see what I'm wearing? You think you really going to, I sure didn't wear this out of the house not to take pictures.
Right. Yeah.
like
Oh,
I've
don't
had-
take his picture.
I've had so many people take pictures of my backside, and I'm like, well, I have a front too. You could have stopped me and asked.
Right.
I don't charge money. You know what I mean?
Hey,
If you
Yeah.
wanna-
I mean,
if
maybe
you
it's a
wanna slide-
compliment, man.
if you want to slide $20 in my pocket when you take a picture, I ain't gonna argue.
Yeah.
But that, I enjoy it. I absolutely love it. And
What?
the majority of people that I meet absolutely love it. And it's just
Yeah.
it's fun, man. It's a great release for me. And I don't know
Yeah.
any other way to put
That's
it.
what
but
this is for us, man. It's
Yeah.
we talk about it all the time. This is almost like therapy for us. We get on here, might be having a bad day, but man, we get on here and get to talk to whoever or just amongst ourselves. It makes the whole day better.
Yeah, absolutely. It does. And people take way too much stuff seriously that don't need to be serious. And this is not that. This is just it's fun. How many people can say their hobby has landed them on billboards on that side of the interstate?
Not yet.
Not yet. Say not yet. We're getting
Exactly.
It's a goal. It's a goal.
Or have stacks of $100 gift cards get delivered to their door, or whole entire wardrobes delivered to their door. I mean, and it's. I don't know any other way to put it other than say I'm blessed and I'm lucky, and I'll be darned if I'm going to be upset with people that want to take pictures with me or talk with me.
Right.
Why would I? Why would I?
Yeah.
Well, and what kind of brand ambassador would you be if you ain't taking pictures with people?
Not the champ. That is for sure.
So it's kind of
Not
like
the
all the
champ.
benefits of being like an in-ring performer without having to put your body through hell.
And
It's brilliant.
That's what
Freaking genius, brother.
It is, and that's what scares me, because I'm always worried that some professional wrestlers are going to take this as a slap in the face, and I'm sorry, it's not my fault that I was able to work a gimmick together where I never got to take a bump. Not my fault.
Yep.
And I've definitely taken some.
I'll tell you.
Ashamed to say.
I'll tell you what a great matchup would be is you versus Danhausen in some sort of sponsorship off. That I'd pay to see that.
I would
versus
love
AJ
that.
Francis Cheez-It title for the Bojangles title.
I would love some Danhausen. Absolutely.
Danhausen, sponsored by A&W. You sponsored by Bojangles. That'd be great.
I don't know how far back y'all went back.
I got all go to you if you ever want to go one-on-one with the pretty one.
I don't know how far back y'all went in my timeline, but I actually had a PBS championship belt made, and I don't know where I don't know where I got the idea from at all. It just hit me one day, and what I did was I took the old WCW 92 title, World Heavyweight title, and I put the PBS logo on it and made the PBS championship. Well, I got another belt company to actually make the PBS championship, and I tried to get the guy that did Reading Rainbow,
LeVar Burton.
LeVar Burton.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got him on the side plate.
And RJ City. I was going to try to get them to wrestle for the PBS championship.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
And some news outlet picked it up and was talking about it. And I was like, this is just supposed to be a joke. And I was so hoping it was going to catch on. And I was going to.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I ever get the chance to meet RJ City, that is the first thing I'm bringing up. Is did you ever hear that this guy wanted you to fight for the PBS title? Because he'd probably be in.
LeVar Burton.
I'm sure you can Google it. I actually sold the belt to a guy. He actually calls himself the PBS heavyweight champion. Great guy, great artist. Absolutely love it. He was posing with PBS shirts and the PBS belt, like Sesame Street shirts, and the painter guy.
Bob Ross.
I think I got the first level Alzheimer's going on. Just great. It couldn't have went to a better guy, but man, I was just thinking, if you imagine LeVar Burton and RJ City wrestling for the PBS belt, for viewers like y'all.
You got me inspired, man. I need to create me a Skyline Chili Championship.
Yeah, man. It's right. It's great.
You can't make your own, man. You can't make your own. You've got to promote them so much to where they want to give it to you.
Hold on. Show them your wiener.
I gotta show you my wiener, man. I don't know if you can see it, but I got a Skyline cheese coney right there, bro. I love me some Skyline.
Are you
I
familiar with
understand.
Cincinnati chili?
Yeah, do you know what that is?
No, I've heard of it. I've heard people talk about it all the time, but I don't know what
Right.
it is at all.
You ever get your butt up to Cincinnati, Dayton, Indianapolis, Kentucky area? You let us know, and we will buy you your first Cincinnati style chili, man. It is.
You say Kentucky, and if you ever invite me for any of that crap they call fried chicken in that state, I will beat the brakes off of you. But I will definitely try some of that chili.
Listen, that's why when we made our thumbnail for today, I definitely wanted to message you first because I was like, I don't know if that would mess with his sponsorship or not. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he's branded with them. When you said no for it,
I had to lay out the whole picture. It's the whole picture. Yeah.
It was beautiful. Well done. I love it, brother. I absolutely
You
love it.
look ridiculous.
Oh, it's perfect, man.
But that's the way you want to look, man. You want people to not be able to take their eyes off of you. That's what you want. That's what you want. And you know, I wear sunglasses most of the time when I'm in the suits because you'd be amazed at how many people I catch staring at me and taking pictures of me because they're too scared to approach. And I'll call them out in a heartbeat. I'm like, if you want a picture, all you gotta do is come take one with me. You ain't got to sneak one. And you're gonna get one or two reactions. One, they're either gonna come running to you to take pictures, or they're just gonna completely blow you off and act like you're a liar. One or the other. One or the other. And that's what I want, man. I want people to come take pictures with me.
What aisle?
Hold on, real quick. I found it.
Oh,
that's it.
Yes.
No,
that's awesome.
Oh,
that's you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm pretty sure that's it.
It's an article on Wrestling Inc. and it says LeVar Burton accepts Indy Stars challenge for PBS championship.
Oh man, that would have been great.
That is so good.
You just gotta have some fun, man.
It's a right hook. Wrestling Rainbow.
Don't take my word for it.
Man, that's cool.
Awesome.
See, that's what happens when you just go out and do stuff, man. It's like people ask me why I wear wrestling shirts every day. I don't know. I realized I had 200 plus, and I was like, oh well, let me start wearing them every day, and I'll see if I can do a world record. And now, like, I met that guy in a line at to meet Danhausen, and now we have one of the most successful internet podcasts that is dad themed
ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're the most successful dad wrestling world podcast.
For sure.
Number one.
Yeah. Are you a father by any chance? I didn't see that in your list. Do you have any kids?
No. I got the divorce to prove it.
Hey man, I am too. I still got a trophy from it.
I do not. It happened.
But hey, man, I'll tell you what. I've only had Bojangles once in my life. I got some friends that live in near around the Charlotte area. I went down to visit them, and we had Bojangles for breakfast. Actually, I didn't even have lunch there. I had breakfast there, and I loved it so much that I had them send me the Bojangles seasoning. I got it in my cabinet. I have 2 bottles of the Bojangles seasoning in my cabinet. And
just so you know, a little birdie told me, and I can't say much, but they're getting ready to release their sauces, their honey mustard, the Bo sauce, and the barbecue sauce. They're getting ready to release that in some grocery stores. So that's probably
Bo
getting ready to
sauce?
go nationwide. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna need that, bud.
I need Bo sauce. My name is Bo. I need a Bojangles in Cincinnati. If you guys need franchisees, we can talk. Maybe,
I believe,
you know what I mean? I can invest.
I believe there's one in Dayton, Ohio.
Oh,
what?
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on.
They're coming to Ohio. I know that.
Google that right now, Big Rig, because if that's the case, we're going to eat it March 28th, and we're going to send you.
There is a there's a Bojangles nightclub in Dayton, Ohio, which checks out.
They're coming to Ohio for sure. And not only do y'all get the benefit of having Bojangles, but y'all have something that we don't have here in North Carolina, which is the milkshakes that Bojangles will have. And they're going to have, your standard chocolate and your standard vanilla milkshake. But what y'all are going to get to have is the Bowberry milkshake, which is, and I don't know how they did it, but the thing literally tastes like a Bowberry biscuit. And for people who don't know what a Bowberry biscuit is, it's, imagine a blueberry muffin, but instead of a muffin, it's a buttery, flaky, delicious biscuit covered in sweet icing. And it is absolutely insane. I've only had one in my life at the Bojangles headquarters in Charlotte, and it is a high I have never ever reached and never will ever reach ever again.
That's like eating a tater chip off the line.
Yeah, one tip was too much, and 1,000 was not enough. It was so good. Like, I might go back and break in just to have another one.
I mean, I'm surprised you don't have a key at this point.
I'm working on that. And so did y'all, I don't know how much of y'all researched, but back in August of 2023, they had me come in when they unveiled my billboard to me. And when I walked into the headquarters of a multi-million-dollar corporation, all their employees, every last one of them, except, including the CEO, was wearing Jay-Z Flair Bojangles Champion t-shirt.
Oh, wow, dude.
You talk about an amazing thing. And you walk in and
I would have cried.
I was close to it, brother, but I was too happy to cry. But it was, they have a banner set up so we can all take pictures together. And I posted a picture of it up on my Instagram a couple of days ago where they're all wearing the shirt. It was.
I saw that. That's what that was.
Experience.
Okay.
Yeah, that was an amazing experience. And for a multi-million-dollar company, and I think in 2021 they made close to $400 to $500 million to take a whole day out of their operation to spend time with me and to give me the star treatment was absolutely amazing.
They need to go ahead and go full board dog and go full marketing campaign with you, man. I feel bro, you would be an amazing face of that company. I'm the chicken champion, and this month you can come get this particular special. And if you don't, I'll kick your ass or whatever. You know what I mean? There's probably workshop that, but
But that's what we're pushing for. That's what, and I say I've got plenty of help behind the scenes that people don't see. That helped me. I've got one of the best friends in the world of Michael Hoopengarner, his brother JD, Neil Johnson, my buddy Marty at Figure 4 Collective. I've got people all over that people don't see that help me do the videos that y'all see, the Photoshop pictures that people see, the ideas I make for content. It's not just me, and none of these guys ever ask for anything. They'd probably be embarrassed that I even mention their names, but I appreciate everything that people do, and stuff like this podcast. It's one person at a time is going to get me to where I want to be, and maybe I click with that right person that can get me there. Like I said before, nobody starts on top. It might start with something as simple as a commercial for a franchisee that finally gets me in on that corporate level of commercials. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take, but I know what it's not going to get me there is stopping. And I'm not going to stop.
We got that same mindset, brother. We're just, like I said, we're trying to climb that proverbial ladder, man. And we definitely appreciate the hand down pulling us up, man. We like having cool guests. And I think you've been, honestly, it's been one of the easiest hours I think we've ever done. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You're definitely an easy person to talk to. And I see why Bojangles were like, yep, this guy's our champ. That's it.
Yeah.
This is it. And I appreciate that, gentlemen. I really do. I really appreciate that a whole lot more than you know.
Well, bro, before we get too far and we wrap up, we do have one question that we like to ask every single guest that we have. And Mike generally has the honor of asking that question. So go ahead, Mike.
Thanks, Cephas. Yeah. So us dads, as budget-minded men that we are, we like to gauge our guests. So we like to know what you keep your thermostat set to.
So I sleep with the air conditioner on year round, turned and
Okay.
that ceiling fan on year round. So preferably it is 67 degrees year round. I want to sleep in an ice box, 100%.
All right. That's fair.
Okay.
Follow-up question: do you have a money tree growing in your backyard, sir? You must, with it set that low.
If
Just
so,
saying.
I
then
mean,
we have some seeds.
And can I say one thing, gentlemen, before
Absolutely.
here, because
Absolutely.
I would absolutely doing a disservice. October of 2020, I gave my life to the Lord Jesus Christ, and it is the best decision that I ever made. It was the darkest time of my life, and ever since then, my life has gotten better and better. Now, I might not be the most richest man. I might not be the best looking man. I might not be the best dressed man. I probably am the best dressed man, but I'm the most content that I've ever been since I've sold myself out to Jesus Christ. And I'll never regret that whatsoever. I'm so thankful for that opportunity. And I would be doing myself and my God a disservice not to mention that.
All right. Well, there you go.
yeah, I'm glad. I'm
And,
super happy for you, brother.
yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
y'all.
I mean,
Thank y'all.
everybody's got to be able to find their peace, man. And there's a lot of people that can't find it. So the fact that
Eric
you
and
were
I are
able
just
to,
little
that's
Catholic schoolboys.
yeah. I grew up Catholic, so yeah, I know all about it. But
People's
in all
worship the devil.
seriousness, in all seriousness, that is great because there's so many people out there that are struggling in the world. So to be able to, like you said, be content with your life, that's important for sure.
Absolutely. Thank y'all, gentlemen. I really
Hey,
appreciate y'all letting me come on your show.
Man, we appreciate you coming on here. Like Sifa said, this has been so much fun. It's always fun when we get an easy hour, and I'm sure we'll have to have you on again in the future.
Absolutely. As soon as they announce that worldwide campaign of the new Chicken Champion commercials, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, as soon as Bojangles announces those Ohio stores, you come on and help promote it. And
It's
damn it, we'll be
Bojangles.
there at the grand opening.
They're
Absolutely.
coming. They're
The
actually
closest
promoting
one to
our
us right
sellout.
now is in Columbus, unfortunately.
And
We will
Columbus,
2
Ohio.
hours.
We will help you promote for free, Bojangles.
Gentlemen, anytime y'all want me on and y'all are willing to work around my schedule, I'll be more than happy to come spend an hour with y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Heck yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Y'all are welcome.
You boys got anything else before we hop out of here?
No, man, I'm actually on vacation with my family right now. I'm at a place called Wolf Lodge. I'm actually in the hotel room while my kids are downstairs in the arcade. So I'm ready to wrap up. So
Okay, well, there you go. Well, let's wrap up real quick then. As always, we've been the DWO Podcast. I am Big Rig Eric Maffey. He is Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. He is Wrestling T-shirt guy Cephas, and he is the Bojangles Champion JZ Flair. Sir, thank you so much again for coming on. As always, check us out on all the socials at DW_podcast, Facebook at the DWO Podcast, TikTok at DW_pod. Get that dad merch at Pro Wrestling Tees and T Public. JZ, you got anything you want to plug before we head out of here?
Absolutely. You can find me pretty much on all social media with either the Bojangles Champion or JZ_Graham. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Hey, until next time, top dads.